Hello friends. So today we are going to see how to draw this 2D figure that you can see on your screen, and we will see how to give the dimensions, how to use line type commands to load different type of lines that we have learned in our previous classes, and we will also see how to plot the figure. So let's see this.
Okay, now I'm sharing my entire screen. Okay, so what I have just now done, uh, this was the figure. I opened this snipping tool is there in Windows. If you go by default, you can find it. And then I would like to take the screenshot of this part because this figure dimensions I need. I will right click this, copy this figure, and I will bring this to my AutoCAD interface and I will simply paste it here. So now I need not to switch for the windows to see the dimensions. Okay, uh, I have my figure over here only. If you want to make it small, you can make it small as per your requirement. So as I have told you earlier, we can start with your command unit. The screen is visible. Yeah, it is visible. When you will go with the command unit, you have to set this to decimal and you have to set this precision to 0, and this is your unit where by default it is inches and we will make it into millimeters. Then press OK. Once we have defined the unit, the next step is limit. Limit. You can see here in the command line, I have written LIMITS, limit. Then press enter. It will ask you for the lower left corner as well as your top right corner. So by default, you can see here the lower left corner is given 0, comma 0. So I will accept it 0, comma 0. Press enter. Now you can see here it is asking for specify the upper right corner. Upper right corner. Okay. So we will make it A4 size paper. Okay. That is your X we will make 210. Okay, and Y we will make 297. Press enter. Now limits has been defined. After this, I have told you earlier, we will zoom the screen. Z enter. A enter. A stands for all. Now see. So as I have given this command for zoom, this figure is reduced to very smaller size and it is not visible. So we can maximize it so that it is visible. Okay, now the figure is also visible. Now we will draw the figure. Let's move this, yeah, to upper location. I'm going to move command, select the object, press enter, specify the base point, and I will keep it here. So this is the drawing that we are going to draw today. Okay, so here we have, as you can see on the screen, straight lines are there and two circles are there. So we will use two commands, line command, circle command. So let's start with the line. I will go with dynamic allocation. Okay, means the fourth coordinate system that we have studied. So I will start from this point. Suppose now see, this line can be drawn with any angle, but if you will see in the figure, normally they are horizontal and vertical lines are there only. So we will switch this ortho mode to on. Okay, we will switch this ortho mode on. By shortcut, you can press F8 key of your keyboard or you can click this ortho mode. Okay, now see, only horizontal lines can be drawn, horizontal or vertical, horizontal or vertical. Okay, so in horizontal direction, if you will see in the figure, what is the length? 120, the base the baseline that is 120. So I will draw the baseline 120. Yeah, here it is coming. Now in above direction, this this line is 44. 44 you can see. So in vertical direction, I will move with a length 44. Okay. Now I need to draw some slant line. Okay, some inclined line I have to draw, but the angle is not given over here. So in that situation, what we will do, uh, I will press the escape key to come out of the line command, and from this side also, whatever is known, we will draw it first. Okay, follow the steps that are simple, whatever is the drawing. So I will again go with line command L, press enter, start with this point. In vertical direction, I need to move 44. On the left hand side, you can see. Now again here, some slant height is, angle is, line is there. Okay, let me use the annotation and then I will tell you. Yeah, see, this slant line is there, but the angle is not given. What is given? This vertical distance 33 is given, and this horizontal distance 33 is given. So what I will do, I will draw the perpendicular lines, and after that we will remove it. Okay. So let's go for the line command. I will start from this location. Yeah, in vertical direction I need to go 33. Again in horizontal direction I need to go 33. Okay, and again in horizontal direction 45 length is there. You can see the topmost line, that is your 45. So I will go for 45. Okay, and then I will press key. Now this line that is of 33 length, I need not to show here, and this is also not required. Now we can connect these 2 points. Okay, so for connecting or drawing inclined lines, I have to switch off this ortho mode. So I will switch off this ortho mode. Okay, then I will click on this line, select this point and this point. Okay, press escape. Similarly, I will do on this side also. Go for line command, connect the end point. Yeah. So this is the outer part of the figure is drawn. Okay. Now the next part is our circles, the two circles that we have to draw. Now see what is the location of this circle. The location of this circle number 1 you can see here. Let me use annotation. Someone has written something. Okay. Now you can see this circle, the center location is this one. Let me make it red color so that its visibility will increase here. This is the center point, and you can see it is at a distance of 20 units from this baseline. Okay, and the diameter, for representation of diameter, you can see here it is written 520. Always remember, phi is representing your diameter. This phi is nothing but your representing your diameter. So the diameter of this circle is 20, and it is 20 units above the your baseline. And this point is 120, 84 units, sorry, 84 units from this vertical line. Okay, 84 units from this. So accordingly, we will move ahead. Okay. So for this, I will introduce you with one more command here, that is your offset command. Okay. So let's see how we can use offset command to obtain this center point. You can see here in the command line, I am typing offset, OFFSET. Okay, this is offset command. What is the functionality of this command we will see. Okay, suppose we have this line and I want to offset this, means I want to make another line similar to this line at a certain distance. Okay, so that's why it is asking you to specify the offset distance. So here, as you can see, 20 is the figure. So I will make first offset distance is 20. Now it is asking for which object I want to offset. So this is the object that I want to offset. See, now the cursor is showing. I have specified 20 units. So it is asking on which side, whether on the top of the reference line or below that line. Okay, so I want it on the top of the reference line. So this one line I have obtained at a distance of 20 units. Now what I will do, I will offset this vertical line at a distance of 84 units. Okay, so let's again, since we are changing the offset distance, okay, so we need to go out of the offset command. So for that, I have pressed escape key, and you can see here cancel is visible on your screen. Go for offset command once again, OFFSET, press enter. Now the offset distance, you can see this 84. 84 I will go. By default, see here in the bracket it is written 20, the previous value. Okay. Now we will change it to 84. After specifying the offset distance, it will ask you which object, select the object you want to offset. So I want to offset this object, this one single line. Okay, so select this. Now you can see on both sides one line is coming. Wherever I will move my cursor, if I'll bring my cursor on the right hand side, you can see this line is coming on this side. If I will bring my cursor on the another side of this line, you can see the line is visible over here. Okay, so I need that line on this side. So I will keep my cursor on the right hand side of the selected offset. Yeah. Now I get some intersection point over here. This is the center of my circle. Okay. Now we have obtained the center of the circle. These are two different entities. So I will go for now circle command, CIRCLE, or simple short form is C. Like for line I was using L, for circle you can use C. Press enter. Now you can see here, specify the center point of the circle. And inside the bracket you can see three different options are there. So it means there are three different methods through which we can make circle, like 3-point circle, 2-point circle, tangent, tangent, radius. Okay, so here I will go with simple command. Like I know the center point and I know the radius or diameter. So I will specify the center point, which is located at the intersection point here. Intersection. You can see the AutoCAD will automatically bring some green color and it will suggest you. Okay. So this is the intersection point where I want to draw the circle. Now see at the command line what it is asking. Specify the radius of the circle. Now what is the radius?
20,
10.
but we have to keep 10, sir.
10 radius.
Yes. So I will give radius as 10.
10.
So this is the circle that we need. Okay. But do we need these two lines? The intersection point lines that I have created?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Erase that.
So I will delete that part. Okay. I have drawn that just to obtain the center point of that circle. So one thing we can delete that, or if you remember in the beginning, I have told you about different type of lines, and wherever there is any circle, so we need to specify center line. Center line was nothing but one big dash, one small dash, or small dot. big dash, small dash, big dash, small dash, or simple dot. So you can convert this as a center line also. So for that, you can reduce the length of this line. How to reduce the length or stretch the length? For this, if you will click on any line, suppose this is the line, I have clicked or selected that line. So you can see it is highlighted at 3 different locations. First point, last point, and this is your midpoint. You can pick the end point. So when you will bring your cursor to the end point, you will see the color has changed red color for that particular point. So you need to click on that and put ortho on so that it will move only in horizontal direction. No deviation will be there. And you can click at any location up to where you want that line to be there. Suppose I have clicked over here. See. From this side also, I will bring it to this location. Okay. Similarly, I will bring down this line also, and this point also I will bring up to here. Now, what is visible here is continuous line, the same line that I was using for outer lines also. But what we have studied, we have to use here center line. So for that, one more command is there, that is line type. So for that, pay attention how to change the properties of any entity. Okay, suppose this is your line, you can call it as any entity or you can call it as any object. So select the line, right click it. You can see options at the bottom is your properties. Okay, so click on the properties. You can see here all the properties are visible here. Suppose starting with the color, and there are many things. Okay, but see the line type, it is showing by layer, and I want to change it to center line. But in the option here, it is not available. So I need to
Sir, continuous.
upload some line type. Line type. I need some different. Hello. Someone was saying something.
Yes, sir. Continuous line.
Continuous line was there. By layer was there. In properties, you can
Yes, sir.
see here by layer, by block, and the third one is your continuous. Okay, but we need center line, and it is not available in this drop down list. So we will load that line. Okay, so for that one command is there, line type. You can see on your screen, line type is written, LINETYPE, line type. And then you have to press enter. Yeah, the 3 options that were available in that drop down list, you can see here, by layer, by block, and continuous. I want to load some more lines. So here you can see load option is there. You click on that load, and now here you can see a variety of line is available. Okay, so whatever the line you need, you can select it. So we will come down to the center. Okay, here this is your center line. So I will select this center and click on OK. Now the center you can see over here. Click again OK. Now again you go to select the line, go to properties. Here you will see line type. Click on the drop down list and you can see the center line. Now it is coming in your drop down list. Okay.
Yes.
So I hope you learn how to load different type of lines. And you can see here also the line type is changed to center line. That is long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash. Okay. If suppose you can see it is if we are zooming out, then it is looking like continuous. We are zooming in, then only it is visible that this is center line. So what we will do, we will change the scale. So for that, you have to select the line, click on properties, and here somewhere you will see line type scale. Yeah, it is here 1. So we can increase this to 2 or 3. So let's make it 3 for increasing the visibility. Now you can see when the object is zoom out mode also, it is clearly visible. If you want to further enlarge it, you go to properties, and here the line type scale, you can make it 4 or 5 as per your requirement. Okay,
Sir,
so this is
sir,
4, this is, yes,
sir, is there is any change in radius if we do like this?
no,
Okay, sir.
there will not be any change. I am only working with this line. I am not working with this circle. Okay. If you want to check that radius, what is the radius? You select the circle, right click it, properties is there, quick properties is there. So you can see in quick properties, the diameter it is showing 20. Okay, what we have specified. Okay, its coordinate, center coordinate, everything is written here. X coordinate, Y coordinate, radius, diameter, what is the circumference, what is the area. Okay, so it will not change to your line. Now, this also we need the line as your center line. So we will select that line. We will click on properties. Here you can see line type is by layer. Make it to center. Change the scale. Keep the same scale. Previously, for the horizontal center line, I have kept 5. So for this also, I will keep 5. Now you tell me whether it is clearly visible as center line or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So in the same way, we will draw the another circle. Where is that another circle? Let's bring this figure inside little bit. Yeah. The another circle, the it is located. This is your 36, I think, and this is also 36. The figure is blurred since I have done some operation on it. Okay, so let's zoom this out. Okay, no how. So what I will do, again, we will do the offset. We will use that offset command. Go for offset, OFFSET, press enter. Now this time the offset distance will be 36. Why 36? This is at a distance of 36 from the horizontal line, 36 at a distance from the vertical line. So I will keep this as 36. Now, it is asking in the command line, you can see offset, select object to offset. Which object I want to offset? So I want to offset this horizontal line. So click on that line. Now on which side? On which side? This side. Okay. Again, vertical also I want on this side. So you got some intersection point at this location. Okay. So at this is the center of our circle. What is the diameter of the circle? 36.
36.
So we will go for your circle command. Okay, before going to C, I have typed C alphabet on the command line, but by default it is still in the offset command only. So we have to come out of that offset command first. So for that we need to press escape key, press 2 or 3 times, no issue at all. Then go for command C. C for circle. Press enter. It will ask for specify the center point. You can see in the command line. So center point we have identified at this intersection point. Click on that. Now it is asking for radius. Specify the radius of circle. What is the radius?
18.
18. Okay. So 18 you can type, press enter. So this is the another circle. Okay. Now again we will do that same. I want that center line. So this I need to stretch somewhat over here, and from this side I will shorten it. Okay, So for this, you can see what I'm doing. I'm selecting the line. I'm just clicking on one of its endpoint, and wherever I want the second point, I'm clicking over there. I want the another line to be at this location. So this is two cross lines, thick lines, okay, continuous lines. I want to make it center line. So for that, what I will do, I will select this line, right click it, click on properties. Okay, again I am repeating, I am selecting the line. You can see once the line is selected, the color is changing from white to blue. Okay, once you have selected that line, click, go for right click, go on properties, the second last option, properties. Click on properties. From the top, you can see color, layer, line type. Line type by default, it is layer. Okay, so you change it to center.
Center.
Okay, you change it to center. Change the line type scale. The previous one value, the value we have kept previous. So previously we have kept 5. Click on 5. Similarly, we can select this horizontal line as well. You can see the line type is bilayer. Click on center, line type, scale, make it 5. Now you can close this properties tab and you can see the center line is clearly visible. Okay. Now the drawing is drawn here. Now what we need to do, we need to give dimension. Okay, so you all know that for giving the dimension, this is the tab where we need to click. Click on this dimension tab, select the object. I'll start with the baseline, and now we have to click on the location where I need that. I have given the dimension, but it is very small, it is not visible. So we need to do dimension style. Okay, so again, come out of this dimension command. In the command line, you can see it is still in dimension mode. For coming out, you need to press the escape key, type the command dim style, D-I-M-S-T-Y-L-E, dim style. You can see in the command line I have written D-I-M-S-T-Y-L-E, dim style. Okay, then press enter. One window will appear over here. You click on modify. Once you click on this modify, another window will open. Now here, if you remember in the last class, we have changed the color to green. Okay, line type by block, line weight, that is fine. The extension line also I want to make it green. You can see the changes, it is reflecting on your preview screen. Now go to symbol and arrow. Arrow size, last time what we have made? Arrow size
8.
3. 8 is your text height. Okay. Arrow size we will make it 3 and text height we will make it as 8. Okay. Now text color also you can change, like yellow was not visible with white background. Okay, so you can keep some other color, magenta or red, whatever you want. Now I will make it red today. Okay. Now after specifying the text color and text height, we will move on to the precision. You can see in the preview window, after decimal we are getting 4 digits. Okay, so I will make precision to 0. Now you can see only after decimal we are not getting anything. Okay, so if you want anything, like suppose in your dimension you have 45.5 mm. So in that situation you have to make this precision to 0.0 or 0.00. But here in my figure there is no such dimension, so I will keep it as 0 only. Now after doing all these modifications in the dimension style, you can click OK. Click close. Now you can see the changes is reflected over here. Now likewise we will give all the dimensions. Now you can see here 120 is very downside, so that we can accommodate this 36 and 84. So we will bring this 120 to some lower level. Okay. So what we will do, we will left click on that 120 or your dimensions line. You can see several blue colors will be visible. I will zoom it for your clear visibility. Okay. These blue dots are coming, so you can click on this middle portion and you can drag it down to the location where you want. Suppose I want here, because I have to accommodate 2 dimensions in between. So after this, we can give the dimension for this center line. Now, since we have done the dimension line settings, so now we can directly go on to this top dimension tab, click there. You can select this one and select this center point here. 84 is the distance. You can click here. Okay, here we don't have any points, so directly what we have done here, if you will pay attention, Control Z is the shortcut for undo, or you can go from here, edit, and undo will be here. Yeah, undo the group of commands. And the shortcut key is your Control Z, as we do in our Microsoft Office or any other application. Okay, so I will show it once again what I have done. For the first line, we have 2 endpoints. This is our first and this is our next. But here I want to give the dimension for this center point, and its projection is not available on this horizontal line. So what I will do, I will select this first point and I will bring my cursor to the center of this circle. I will bring this to the center of this circle, okay, and without clicking there, I am dragging my mouse cursor to downside. Up to where? Up to your bottom horizontal line. Okay. Now you can see the 84, the same value we are getting here. Now you can click at that point, and now you can specify the location where you want to place this text, 84. So I want to place this 84 at this location. So second click I have made. So this is how we can give the dimension for the point which is not available. Again, for this point also, see, we don't have the projection. So what I will do, I will select the first point. For next point, I will bring my cursor to this point of intersection. You can zoom it to get the exact intersection location. It was 36, we know that. Click over there and you can now place it, 36. Okay. So once you will practice this with your own, then you will feel more comfortable and confident also. In the same way, now I'm going to give this vertical dimensioning also. So you can see here inside we have 36. So I will start with the inner dimension, starting with this center point, with this corner point, and bring your cursor to this location. 36 length, we know that. And this is your 36. Again, from this point up to this point, this is 44. You can see here it is 44. Now, here you can see 33, 33. Vertical dimensions are given, vertical and horizontal. So here you can give this inclined dimension also. Okay, there are 2 methods. Select this corner point, select this corner point, and we know that this is 33. So the way it is written there in the figure, I have drawn this 33. In the similar way, for this above 33, you can click on this corner point, and again on this corner point, you will get 33. You can drag it, first select the point, you can drag it to the location wherever you want it, and you can check there. This is one way, okay, to give its dimension. Another way, I will undo this, Control Z once again. Yeah. So I have removed those 33 and 33. Now what I want to do is I want to give this inclined dimension. Inclined dimension. So either you can switch off this ortho mode and you can select this line. Endpoints you can select 47. And you can give the dimension like this also, 47. This is one way. Okay. Now coming to this top line, it is 45. Now what other remaining on right hand side? So this is your right hand side, your 44. Again you can see inside this vertical distance of this circle center is 20. So you can click on the dimension, select the 2 points. This is the first point and this is the second point. You can bring it and check it there. Now we need to give the dimension of this uh, circle. So select the circle and next click, it should be where you want the location of 520 to be located. So this is your another part. Select the circle, click on that, and the next click will be wherever you want that one. So this is your, I think the drawing is now complete. We can bring both two figures side by side. Select this object, I want to move it. Select the base point. I'll select it here and bring it down just next to our figure so that I can bring it like this. Yeah. Now this is what we have drawn now. Dimension lines are clearly visible with different color. Your thick lines or continuous lines are visible. Your center line is clearly visible. Everything is clearly visible. Now, after doing this, what you have to do, you have to go for text command. This is the tab for text command. Then it is asking for the first corner point, opposite corner point. Okay. Now, after clicking this, you have to change the text height. Make the text height as 8, press enter. Now you can write down your name. Suppose name is, I'm mentioning XYZ, and another one is your roll number. Roll number, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Once you have written this, click somewhere outside of here. I am clicking so as to come out of your text command. Okay. Now, whatever I have drawn, it is not visible on my screen. So for this, what I will do, I will use zoom command, Z for zoom, enter, A for all, enter. Now you can see whatever we have drawn, it is visible here. Now, suppose you want to place this somewhere below this, so you can select this entity. Okay, you can right click to bring this pop-up menu. You can see one option, move. Once you click on the move, it will ask base point. Select the base point. This is the base point I am selecting. Now, where you want to move? You want to keep this just below the diagram what you have drawn, so you can keep it over here. Okay. So once you have written your name, you have written your roll number, and this is our first exercise in 2D drawing. Okay. So what I will write for today's session, this is the first exercise. So either you can go again with your text command and do all those steps, or you can simply copy this and paste it. So I will write, I need not to mention the roll number, so I will edit it and I will write exercise. The first practice we have done for different coordinate systems. So I'm giving the nomenclature that you can keep exercise 1-1. Here, suppose this is your second set of work. So I will keeping exercise 2-1. Okay. Now click somewhere outside. So this is your exercise 2.1. Okay. Now the next is I want to take the printout of this so that you can place it in your record book. So as I have told you in the last class also, and again I am repeating so that it will be reminded in your memory, you need to press Control CTRL-P, Control plus P. This is one way, or another way you can click on this File command on the top. At the bottom you can see in the middle here one option called plot is there. The shortcut key is Control plus P. Click on that plot. Select the printer, AutoCAD to PDF. Select the paper size A4. What you want to plot? I want to plot window. I will select my window with my own. So this is my window selection. The window that I am selecting that I want to plot. I want to center the plot. The center the plot option you have to check and you have to click on this preview. This is the exercise problem what is given to you and this is what you have drawn. Okay, this will be your name and your roll number. If it seems to be perfect, then since this is preview, here at the top left corner you have that option called plot. So click on that plot. On the desktop you have created one folder. In the last class we have created GDM practice, and here I'm going to write this as, I'll give some name, 2D exercise 2.1. A point may they will keep extension, so better keep underscore or dash. Save. Now automatically one PDF will be generated and it will be visible on your screen. So this is the exercise number 1, the first. Today I am going to, this is the first diagram. Like this you have in your syllabus 6 figures. Okay. I will show you those 6 figures. This is your first one. This is your second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, and this is your sixth. So one by one we will see all of them, how to draw. So the first exercise we have completed. If there is any doubt, you can ask me in any of the commands.